Good one.
Good evening, everyone. What are we doing? Welcome to our January 21st, 2026 Palisades School District Board of Directors meeting. If we could all stand and salute our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you, everyone. We'll turn it over to Dina for a roll call.
Director Beer, I believe, is present virtually.
Yes, for part of the time, Dina, but I won't be here for all the votes.
Thank you. Director Freeman?
Here.
Director Hallowell?
I am here.
Director Landis?
Here.
Director LeBlanc?
Here.
Director Nielsen?
Here.
Director Ott is not present. Director Ramos?
Here.
Director Wenhold?
Here.
And Superintendent Dr. O'Connell?
Present.
Okay, thank you so much. By way of announcement, an executive session was held on Wednesday, January 7th, 2026 to discuss personnel. And an executive session was held this evening, Wednesday, January 21st, 2026 to discuss personnel. We will turn it over to Dr. O'Connell for our recognitions and presentations.
Thank you. We have one this evening. January is the month in which we celebrate the work that our school directors do, dedicate so much time and effort to making sure that our school district runs as smoothly as it does. So this is our opportunity to thank you. There are some items at each of your tables of thanks and recognition. And I would also like our school, our student reps to share a proclamation with you.
Hello, everybody. Started. Whereas the role of locally elected school officials has served the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the local communities in meeting the needs of public education since the passage of the Free School Act in 1834, and whereas these local boards have discharged their responsibilities to public education in a manner which has placed public education in the forefront of our educational systems, and
whereas locally elected officials have distinguished themselves and their communities in this non-paid volunteer public service commitment, and whereas the contributions of these men and women should be recognized and appreciated by those who benefit from the workings of our public school system.
now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Directors of the Pennsylvania School Boards Association hereby proclaim the month of January as the School Director Recognition Month in this Commonwealth, and further resolve that this proclamation be communicated to all school districts, school officials, and local communities in a planned program which brings visibility and awareness of the role of locally elected federal school officials to the citizenry of this Commonwealth.
Thank you.
Well done to our student representatives, and thank you to our school board for all that you do for the Palisades School District.
Okay, thank you so much. It's as good as it gets for us guys on these meetings. Thank you. Okay, we'll turn it back to Dr. O'Connell for our superintendent report tonight.
Thank you so much. As far as teacher tenure is concerned, on tonight's agenda, you'll see Lauren Sunday listed on the personnel page for having attained tenure this month. Lauren has served as a high school art teacher. Specifically, her area of focus is design and sculpture. Mrs. Sunday has a passion for art and gets students excited to expand their creativity. During her time as an art teacher in the district, she's introduced new projects, which include glass mosaics, and has proposed an advanced placement class that will run next year. Thanks for your support. Lauren runs an adult community class in ceramics. This class is extremely popular and has become a staple in the evening programming. Additionally, she helps the community with their Empty Bowl program that supports the Lord's Pantry in Ottsville. Congratulations to Lauren on this accomplishment. Comprehensive plan update. The final steering committee meeting was held on January 14th, and a presentation of the draft document will be shared at the EPS committee meeting on February 11th. The presentation will be posted with the EPS agenda on Monday, February 9th. Kindergarten registration. Online kindergarten registration will open in mid-February, and the in-person registration event will take place on Monday, March 23rd from 4 to 7 p.m. at Palisades Middle School. Information is included in each edition of the patch from now through March 23rd. America 250. As we turn the calendar to 2026, we are now in the year in which we will celebrate America 250. Palisades is participating in a local celebration at Tinicum Park on Saturday, May 16th. More information will be shared at the Programs and Services meeting in February as Dr. Donnelly is supporting these efforts. So thank you very much. After-school activities for the elementary schools and the middle school, registration to begin on Monday. Actually, I'm going backward. January 20th, it began, offering swimming, outdoor orienteering, roller skating, bowling, and STEM to be determined, to K through 5th grade. Sky Zone to Palm students. Activities will run once a week from February 23rd through the week of March 23rd. 5 sessions will be held for each activity. And Palisades submitted another article for PA Great School Success Stories. This one was posted on the website on January 5th, titled Generations Connect, Tinicum Second Graders Share Joy with Phoebe Seniors. And that concludes my report.
Okay, thank you so much. We will move on to our student representatives. It looks like we have Jane and Joey, though I do have to ask, Joey had a big presentation today for our future business leaders. How'd it go?
It went well,
Good.
and Nico did very well too.
Awesome, awesome. Like seeing our boys in ties there doing some presentations for our state FBLA competition. So congratulations, even getting this far. Okay, let's hear what's going on in the schools.
All right, so starting at the high school, starting off strong. Currently, the AP Bio classes are in the Virgin Islands. I know my little sister is on it, and she's having a lot of fun going hiking, snorkeling, learning a lot about the island, and enjoying the warm weather, which I'm really jealous of, especially with the cold weather and snowstorms we've been having. The musical auditions for Anything Goes happened before break, and they're now in full swing rehearsing, and everything is going great. Last Thursday and Friday were our finals. As a senior, I personally didn't have to take any, which is really nice, but I know Joey here and everyone else is really happy that it's over and we're halfway through the year. And then yesterday our new semester started with all new classes, which has been going great so far. And then at the middle school, their musical Oklahoma is almost ready with their tech week and final rehearsals happening this week. And then next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are their shows. And then their Firefly testing is in full swing happening today and tomorrow, including both reading and math. And then lastly, the middle school is having a semi-formal dance planned by the Palms Parent Teacher Organization in the middle of February, which they're really excited for.
Okay, and then for the middle schools, as Dr. O'Connell mentioned, the Tinicum PTA is coordinating the Tinicum After School Clubhouse for 5 weeks again this year. Last Wednesday, January 14th, was the first day, and there were 79 students who stayed after school to participate in one of 8 different clubs, ranging from Legos to painting to finger knitting and more. Springfield is in the process of conducting their mid-year academic testing in math, reading, and math, and teachers have also reviewed their school-wide expectations of being respectful, responsible, and kind in the classroom, hallway, bathroom, cafeteria, at recess, and on the bus. And Durham Elementary School students have been having a lot of fun at their own after-school clubhouse activities. That's all we have for today. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. And I hope those AP Bio students are not flying home on Sunday. Uh-oh. All right, thanks, guys. Good luck in your new semester. All right, and before we move on to, I'll do extracurricular because Dr. Ott is not here, but just a quick note that we have changed some committee assignments for our new year as promised in our reorganization. So some changes here and there in our different committees. Please don't take it anything other than an alignment of interests, enthusiasms, and days of the week, and times that people are available. I'm just so proud of this board, is so interested in so many different things that we have shuffled things around with Dr. Ott moving into leadership over at the tech school. We wanted to give him time to be able to focus on that. So we have changed a little bit around. So it will be up on the website. It's already up on the website. Dina's good like that. She's faster than I am. So please do note that there's some committee leadership and structural change, membership changes. So with that, I would move to Dr. Ott for extracurricular, but there was no meeting since our last meeting, and the next meeting is the 28th of January at 6:30 p.m. here in the library. Okay. Moving then to our new EPS chair, Dr. Beerer, who is calling in from California to join us for our report from January 14th.
Where I will tell you all that the temperature here is 65. So much different than where you are. I'm excited to chair the EPS committee, and I really want to give a sincere thank you to Director Freeman for being such a great role model as a leader of EPS over the past 2 years that I've been on the committee. So really excited. We had our January 14th Educational Program and Services Committee meeting. We focused on two main areas: the PAL mid-year engagement report and the annual mid-year principals data report, because everybody knows that's my favorite word, data. We began with a presentation from Lori Kesselman, our middle school teacher and PAL liaison. She shared an overview of the gift and enrichment activities happening across the district. She highlighted a wide range of really great learning opportunities that are already underway this year, along with additional activities planned for spring. During our committee discussion, we emphasized the importance of continuing to build acceleration opportunities at the elementary level, and we made a request to bring Mr. Traber back for an update on math enrichment. Committee members asked about pen pal activities, differences between last year's programming and this year's programming, and then ways to strengthen early communication with second grade families about gifted identification and testing. The majority of our meeting focused on the mid-year principals data report. Dr. Donnelly and our building leaders walked us through key data points and highlighted how that information is really guiding decisions around intervention, enrichment, and curriculum at each level. There was a lot of discussion about the promising early trends of the new CKLA literacy program. And we also talked about how to strengthen different supports at the middle level. This is a really important topic right now because we are in the process of developing our budget. So some of the committee members, me in particular, called out the potential need for positions like a math coach, an ELA coach, and a middle level interventionist. So more discussion to come on that. And then to close the meeting, Dr. Donnelly shared two updates. Kindergarten registration underway for the class of 2039. Hard to believe. And then the work continuing on the comprehensive plan, and the team provided a status update on our progress to date. So we ended the evening by inviting committee members to share ideas for future EPS topics, and our next meeting will be held on February 11th. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Beer. I'm not sure whether to hope that your flight is not on Sunday or to
It is not. That's right. It is not.
Because we are certainly going to be stuck here. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. We appreciate it and understand that you'll be dropping and
Yes.
will not be voting at this point
Thank
for the rest of the meeting. Okay, wonderful. Then I know there's not much of an update to be had other than our next meeting, but I'd like to introduce you to Director Freeman, who's our new Buildings and Grounds Committee Chair.
Thank you. Yes, our next meeting is next Wednesday, the 28th. And Al, yeah, there he is in the back. I just reach out to me when you have some time so we can make sure that I do things smoothly. So, all right. Thank you very much. Everybody's welcome.
Could I ask at this point if we could just have a status update on the RFP for the where we're at in the process for the consult services for our space? Is that something that we could ask now or
So the RFP will be shared at our Buildings and Grounds meeting next week, just so we're clear on that that's the direction that the Buildings and Grounds Committee wants to go as far as what's included in the RFP. So I'll have a draft for you to look at.
Terrific. Thank
Yep.
you.
Okay, we will then move to our Fiscal Oversight Committee reports, which stays with Director Ramos.
Happy New Year, everyone. Good evening. At our Fiscal Oversight Committee yesterday held at 9 a.m. Our first topic, Action A, was with Cowan and Associates We had a change order that was shared with us. Change order cost was estimated but not included when the contract was first approved 2 years ago in 2024. This change order is a not to exceed number. There was discussion regarding A, if this is truly a change order for work that has not occurred yet or should be a separate contract, and B, if there are going to be additional unanticipated costs with the project. This expenditure will remain a change order, and at this point, the project is completely designed. The design of the plant is not anticipated to change at all at this point. Recommendation for the committee to approve the change order in the amount of $51,000 for construction administration, and that will be on tonight's agenda. Action B, 2024-2025 audit by Gorman and Associates. We had a representative, Mr. Hank Miller from Gorman and Associates, presented the 2024-2025 audit based on the completion of the audit. This audit included financial statements and a single federal compliance audit for special education. The management sent us a letter in regards that there were no material or significant findings. There was a small control deficiency, and that was it. We had a clean, unmodified opinion. So we did very, very well on our audit. We ended the year with a surplus of $338,000. There was no fund balance budgetary reserve used in 2024-2025, and there was a budget deficit, but there was an actual surplus. If you have any questions in regards to that, our business administrator will answer those questions. Recommendation, the committee recommends moving the audit as presented to the full board for approval in this evening's meeting. Action C was the Act 1 index. Our business administrator, Mr. Burdick, shared a recommendation to not increase real estate taxes beyond the Act 1 index of 3.5%. The committee recommends moving on the resolution not to exceed Act 1 resolution to the full board for consideration this evening. We had a presentation by our technology Mr. Gary, for Edlio contract for web hosting. Our action is to move the board to approve a contract with Edlio for web hosting. This product will also identify areas of the website that need to be adjusted to be more accessible. We will be recommending this product this evening to the full board for voting. Action E, ESS substitute rates. Was brought to our attention by our business administrator, Mr. Burdick, shared a recommendation to increase the ESS substitute rates for 2026-2027. So we're more in line to be competitive with our other school districts. At this time, we are below the average rate, and we're looking to be more competitive to have some more substitutes when we need them. Discussion included percentage that the ESS receives when the sub rate increases. Recommendation from the committee is to bring this up to a vote this evening. Informational, UBCTS budget. Our business administrator shared a draft budget from our Votech school. Palisades contribution to UBCTS is expected to increase by approximately $51,000. Informational G, PESER's employee contribution rate for 2026-2027. Are shared that the PESER's contribution rate is now 33.59%. We also had some financial reports reviewed for December 2025. We had 0 budget transfers for last month, and prior month expenditures to date summary was also shared with the group. Discussions, we discussed the 2026-2027. If you were here earlier tonight at 6 p.m., we heard the presentation from our business administration in regards to the budget. Informational this evening, informational as well. We had a charter school update. If I'm not mistaken, we're -1 for the charter school. We had right to know requests and our monthly economic update. We had some public comments from a few of our, attending member there, included 2026-27 budget, which we'll present it tonight. We also asked about the progress of using a third party to conduct a community survey. In February, the committee will review a draft RFP to establish the audience and purpose for the survey and scope of work for a third-party vendor. Costs will not be known until the RFPs are received by the district. Our next scheduled meeting is February 17th at 9 a.m. for all who wish to participate. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Any questions? Okay, thank you.
All right, great. Thank you. Next up is our Policy Review Committee, which I will continue to chair. Our next meeting is February 18th, 2026, and all are welcome. Moving then to our Upper Bucks Technical School JOC Committee report. Director Landis will continue to give those, I think.
Oh, I said I'd keep on doing it. So because the third Thursday in January was the last Thursday, we have two JOC meetings to report on tonight. So the December meeting was held December 18th, and it included the reorganization meeting to elect the chair, the vice chair, and the treasurer. And the following were elected. The chairperson is Joe Lyons from Quakertown. The vice chair is our own Dr. Jim Ott, Palisades, and the treasurer is Chris Kaufman with Penn Ridge. As stipulated in Article 5 of the Articles of Agreement, the offices of chairperson, vice chairperson, and treasurer shall be rotated in sequence among the school boards each year. Also in the December meeting, we had Luke Stangs, who was a senior from Palisades in the Welding and Fabrications program, who was named the December Student of the Month. I believe that we will be meeting Luke at our February board meeting. Is that correct? And also, from what I understand, that makes 3 Palisades students that are named Student of the Month so far this school year. That is really awesome. September, we had Logan Stowell. November was Zachary Durstein, and December was Luke Stang. So I think that's pretty impressive for Palisades. Also, at the December meeting, a motion was made and approved to prepare and issue a request for proposals for maintenance and custodial services. The December 4th and the January 8th committee meetings for the Articles of Agreement and the Facilities and Finance were canceled. And last week, January 15th, was the regularly scheduled JOC meeting for January. The Student of the Month for January was William Rabinold, and he is a senior from Quakertown with a small engine technology program. Our current career launch co-op programs have 98 students currently out on co-op and 11 career launch students. We received a $6,000 donation from Irium, and we received a $25,000 Ag and Youth grant, which will support modernizing equipment and facilities. The Skills USA District competition is going to be held at the Allentown Fairgrounds February 4th with a snow date, good thing, February 5th. And we had 2 Palisades students that won a gold medal in District Skills USA Welding Fabrication competition, and that would be J.C. Tiemann, is that correct? And Colton Meyer. And then they won that along with Ben Kaczynski from Penn Ridge. The UBCTS open house was held November 13th, and Enroll Track opened on January 7th, and that's different from previous years. But as of last Thursday, we already had 244 applications. And Enroll Track will be closed in April with the final meeting the end of April. The current enrollment for UBCTS is Palisades with 133 students and 11 out on co-op. Penn Ridge has 414 with 41 out on co-op, and Quakertown has 390 with 46 on co-op. So they have a total of 937 current students with 98 out on co-op. I think those numbers are awesome. Upcoming opportunities for the public include a bingo fundraiser Saturday, February 28th at 12 p.m. at the Sellersville Moose, and the tickets are $35, and the proceeds will benefit the Jim Hay Memorial Culinary Scholarship. The Rise Bakery is going to be open February 18 and 19, and March 18th and 19th. And the Rockridge Restaurant January dates are Thursday, tomorrow, the 22nd, and Friday the 23rd, and then next week, the 28th and the 29th. And then February dates are Wednesdays and Thursdays, the 11th, 12th, and then the 18th, 19th, and 25th and 26th. And then in March, it's the 4th, the 5th, the 18th, 19th, 25th, and 26th. So make your reservations early. And the game day menus are due by Friday, which is this Friday, January 23rd. As for upcoming meetings, our next ad hoc articles review committee and facilities and finance committee meetings are scheduled for Thursday, February 5th, beginning at 5 p.m. in the JOC boardroom. Hopefully no snow. And the next regular JOC meeting will be held Thursday, February 19th at 7 p.m. in the JOC boardroom, and the full agenda will be posted on the tech school website. And that's it. Any questions?
Seeing none, we'll move to Director Hollowell with our Bucks County Intermediate Unit report.
The Bucks County IU Board met last evening. Agenda items was there were two new members, one from Quakertown and one from Quakertown, Council Rock. Also, there was election of officers. Newly elected Liz Sheehan from, where's she from? Vincennes. Anyway, we have a new vice president there. And that was done. And then there were another 40 some agenda items for approval. And yeah, so then there was a pretty good discussion, public discussion on the proposed termination of the IU's participation in the early and intervention program for the 0 through 3-year-old hearing and vision impaired students. It was quite a heartfelt discussion by everybody. Apparently the funding is insufficient to cover the IU's costs. So the IU is dropping out of that. That program is administered by the county. The county subcontracts it out, and the IU was a subcontract of a subcontractor. The justification they gave was that other than the cost, apparently the state won't cover indirect costs, which is travel and prep time for the staff, along with the lack of qualified personnel to actually teach the children. The IU feels that they are better served to use the personnel they have to do the programs that they're directly responsible for, as opposed to one that they're third-party responsibility for. So there was a lively discussion. I wouldn't call it lively. There was a heartfelt discussion on all that by some parents and staff members. The gist of was that if they could get some more funding, I guess it's the state.
It was state funding?
With the additional funds to cover the shortfall. And I guess that this year it's like $200,000 for 40 students maybe. So that was we spent half the evening doing that.
Yeah, I can imagine. That sounds like such a shame.
So the next meeting is February 17th.
Okay. Okay, I guess those children aren't school age yet, so we don't even know that, they're not district. Okay, we'll keep our eye on that. Thank you. Moving on to our PSBA liaisons, Cora and Betsy. Betsy and Cora? One or the other? All right.
Believe it or not, seems like we just got a budget passed, but the governor will be presenting the his proposed 26-27 state budget on February 3rd. And following that budget address, PSBA will provide preliminary coverage and speak with key education stakeholders to get their first reactions. And then on February 6th at noon, the PSBA Government Affairs team will host an exclusive member webinar that dives into the details of the budget proposal and what this could mean for districts. So I guess more to come on that with a link to that presentation. Oh, you can register on PSBA for that if I read further down. There is also going to be a webinar, and this sounds very interesting, on improving wireless connectivity for PA school districts. And it says particularly maybe of interest to superintendents and business administrators. It's a free webinar introducing the no-cost Connected, ED on the end, PA initiative, which helps districts assess and improve their wireless infrastructure. Participants will learn how coverage gaps affect daily operations and explore practical indoor and outdoor solutions that enhance safety, communication, and digital access. So I think a very pertinent topic that, because we're in this technology age, as I'm watching my battery go down on my iPad, thinking like, why did I plug this in before I left? And then I think that's about all they had on for this month. Thank you.
Great. Interesting juxtaposition between the legislation that's banning cell phones and the grant program that's.
Yes.
You can't use your cell phone, but if you did, you really
It's
will.
not only cell phone because
I get it. I get it. You know, I complain about the Wi-Fi and the cell signals in this
Yes,
room in
yes.
particular all the time. All right. Point noted. Thank you so much. Okay. I think we've reached the end here. We don't have any committee approved expenditures. And we do not have any public comments regarding the action agenda, our first batch. So let's go through our action agenda for this evening. Okay. Action agenda item A. In accordance with Board Policy 006, a motion is in order to approve the consent agenda, which includes the minutes of meeting from December 17th, 2025, our financial reports, and our personnel recommendations. I need a motion. Thank you. To have a second.
I'll second it.
Okay. Any comments, questions, or concerns?
I just want to point out that I did ask the question on the piece that laid out some of the club accounts and funds where the significant deposits had come from. So I just want to let the community know, like for the STEM program or club, there was a deposit that was given by the Lehigh Valley Community Foundation. So I don't know if that's something that's happened in the past, but that was like a $9,000 contribution. So just wanted to bring that forth.
Great. Thank you very much. Anybody else? See. Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Leah Huntsberger is included on the personnel recommendations page, and she is a sister to Shauna Shilton, who is a physical education teacher here in the district.
Okay, great. Seeing none. Okay, we'll move to vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. I'm doing math. I went to law school for a reason. Okay, motion carries 601. Don't hire a lawyer to do your math. 601, is that correct? 6, 7, 8, 2. No, you're right. Karen's not here to
You're
vote.
right.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, 7. Let's just make sure. Yeah. 601. Yes. All right. I do board business better than math. Okay, thank you very much. Moving on to action agenda item B. A motion is in order to approve the 2026-2027 school year Palisades School District calendar. The calendar was a discussion item on the December 17th, 2025 board meeting agenda. I need a motion.
I'll make the motion. I'll second it.
Okay, thank you very much. Any comments, questions, or concerns?
If I can, I just have a few updates
Yep,
from what I
great.
shared in December. Thank you. So at the December meeting, I presented the initial draft version. There were some changes, but nothing that would impact the first day of school, which is still August 31st. Still looking to have graduation on June 4th, and the proposed last day of school, again, weather dependent, would be on June 10th. The changes were the number of days were updated for September and January. So you'll see in that number of days table there, those were updated from what I presented in December. The independent individualized professional work day was moved to January 25th. January 18th became an in-service day. Elementary conferences, which are now noted on the calendar for hopefully to help families plan to attend, was moved from March 11th to the 23rd. August 27th was removed as an in-service day, and April 22nd was removed as a student holiday in service. So all of these changes also bring us in very close alignment with Pennridge and Quakertown as well for what days they have off. So our technical school will be open on the days that we need it to be. And
Bridget,
that's it. Sure.
I noticed that, I think there was a parent was questioning the snow days. They said that we don't have any more snow days. Did we use them all? And they were concerned about, having the,
Yeah. So I was actually going to discuss that during informational.
Oh.
Since this one's on next year's calendar, but
oh, okay,
if you
Sorry.
can
thanks.
wait with bated breath, I'll talk about this calendar next.
Lots of snow talk
Yeah.
and discussion, I
Yeah.
think.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, I think we're voting. Any other questions, concerns? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 7-0. Action agenda item C, a motion is in order to approve substitute staff compensation rates for the 2026-2027 school year as presented and reviewed by the Fiscal Oversight Committee at the January 20th, 2026 meeting. The committee is recommending approval. I need a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. To have a second. Thank you. Any comments, questions, or concerns?
Yeah, I listened to, I couldn't catch everything that was from the fiscal meeting. What was because I heard 160 something or at 175, which what are we?
160.
What, yeah,
160,
160.
okay. Thank you.
Okay, great. Seeing no more questions, we'll move to vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 7-0. Action agenda item D. A motion is in order to approve resolution number 2, 2025-2026 pursuant to Act 1 of 2006. This resolution states 20 years ago. This resolution states that the Palisades School District will not increase any school district tax for the 2026-2027 school year at a rate that exceeds the Act 1 index of 3.5% as calculated by the Pennsylvania Department of Education. This resolution was reviewed by the Fiscal Oversight Committee at the January 20th, 2026 meeting, and the committee is recommending approval. I need a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. To have a second.
I'll second.
Okay. Any comments? I think every year at this time, we remind everybody that this is simply a ceiling. This does not suggest, and nor do we really ever go on to that 3.5%. So this is not suggesting that we are contemplating 3.5%, but rather it is a ceiling that we are binding ourselves to that ceiling. And truth be told, we really strive to never get close to that ceiling whenever possible. So just to be clear, because I think there's always confusion after this vote that is our tax increase for the next year. And that is certainly not the intention here. Again, that is just a ceiling for which we are agreeing to bind ourselves. Any other comments, questions, or concerns? Seeing none. This is not a roll call? No. Okay. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 7-0. Action agenda item E. A motion is in order to accept the 2024-2025 audit report by Gorman Associates. The report was reviewed by the Fiscal Oversight Committee at the January 2026 meeting. The committee is recommending approval. I need a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. To have a second. Okay, great. Any questions? Seeing none, we'll move to vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 7-0. Action agenda item F. A motion is in order to approve the change order number 2 with Cowan Associates for the construction administration as part of the construction of the sewage treatment plant. The order was reviewed by the Fiscal Oversight Committee at the January 2026 meeting, and the committee is recommending approval. I need a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. To have a second. Great. Any questions here?
I just want to say it was a bit of a surprise to me, but then they told us, and I understand it to be true, that the estimate that they presented to us in December included this number. So we're still within our loose budget as to what it should be.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm just looking at Director Ramos has his light on, so I wasn't sure if he was
Oh,
going
no,
to chime
I'm
in there.
I'm just ready to say yay.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'll get you there then. I will
Well,
move it along.
I'll just throw out quickly that I will be voting yes for this, but we need to move forward, but with some reservations. I think it surprised some of us to get an additional $51,000 bill at this point in the process, and for it to be deemed a change order just doesn't seem appropriate. But we need to move forward.
I appreciate that. Okay. The most expensive sewage treatment ever. Okay. Hopefully not. Okay. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 7-0. Action agenda item G. A motion is in order to approve the contract between the Palisades School District and
Edleo.
that's a lot of L's, and Edleo. Oh, that's an L. Okay, Edleo for website hosting. Thank you. The contract was reviewed by the Fiscal Oversight Committee at the January 20th, 2026 meeting, and the committee is recommending approval. I need a motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Oh, look at that. Well, now we have to say something.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Karen, for those that don't know and might not have been here at the meeting, could you
Yeah.
just please go over
Yeah.
why we're doing this?
Yes.
Thank you.
This is going to replace our current school messenger presence website, as well as the Moncito ADA compliance piece, which is an additional cost currently. The cost will remain the same basically for Edleo, but Edleo has ADA compliance built in, so we won't need that separate product. Yes, that's school messenger presence. This will be replacing 2 of those products that you saw in the budget presentation. No difference in cost. Mhm.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's move to vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 7-0. Action agenda item H. A motion is in order to approve the second read of the following policy, 105.1 curriculum review by parents, guardians, and students. The policy was reviewed at the policy committee meeting on November 19th, 2025, and the committee is recommending approval. I need a motion. Thank you. To have a second. Great. Any questions or concerns? Seeing none, we'll move to vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 7-0. Moving on then to our informational. Dr. O'Connell?
Thank you. So as far as the 25-26 school year or school calendar is concerned, so this calendar is already at 178 days, which is less than our typical 180 days that we strive for. This was in place because if you remembered this time last year, we talked about where Christmas and New Year fell, and students would be in sort of like random weird days during that time, which is why we had a nice 2-week break. So we're already at 178 school days. So Our first day that we did have a snow day already was December 2nd. And then December 15th, we had a power outage. So for that reason, we used the 2 snow days that were built into the calendar. And then at the very bottom of the calendar, it says any other days after those snow days are tacked on at the end of the year. So we will make sure that graduation occurs when we have it in the calendar. So we'll do what we need to do there. Let me just back up and say the state changed their requirements for the number of days. So it used to be 180 days, which is what we continue to strive for, or it could be 990 hours. So that's why I'm not concerned about, our students not hitting that threshold with what we have right now. The other question is about virtual days. So yes, we have virtual days and we have used them sparingly. But what needs to be in place for virtual days is power. So provided that we have power, we will have virtual days, and Dr. Donnelly tomorrow will send out information to teachers and administrators, reminding them what that protocol looks like so they can prepare and make sure that kids go home on Friday with their Chromebooks for grades 3 through 12. And then packets will go home for kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade. Now, if we can do that, we'll do that. But if we cannot do that, because any section is out of power, and that happens not with snow, we lose power. So stay tuned as to what direction we're going to be heading in. We're going to stay tuned to what the weather looks like. And I'm going to take a moment to share the quote that I have on my bulletin board that says, if you choose not to find joy in the snow, you will have less joy in your life, but still the same amount of snow. So I keep this, particularly in the winter months, right where I can see it. So we will certainly communicate with our families as to what type of day we'll have on Monday if as much snow arrives as we are hearing. Or none, and we'll all be together Monday. So we'll see. Okay, thank you.
That sounds great. And to the extent we know anything or can at least tip off parents if there could be a virtual day on Monday, to the extent we can put anything in the school newsletters. I don't know if Friday, what's today? I don't even know what day it is.
Today's just Wednesday, so we'll communicate that out, tomorrow.
If there's something to communicate, I don't know what the weather was going to look like, but if to the extent that parents should be planning that we could be having a virtual day, if there's power, I think the more notice we can give, the better.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, I am not even going to utter those words. Okay. I think that is it for informational tonight. Moving then to public comments. We didn't have anybody signed up, but I always open up the floor to anybody that has a comment. Welcome. If you'd like to stand at the podium and your name and district of residence, and Director Freeman here is the master of the clock. No worries, no worries. So name and district, township of residence.
Yes, my name is Dr. Kathleen Denault Ridge. This is my husband Larry and my son Ash, and we reside in Palisades School District. Honestly, we're just here to introduce Ash. Ash is a freshman. He currently attends PALCS, which is Pennsylvania Leadership Charter School. It's a cyber charter school. He submitted his application to the Upper Bucks Technical School, hoping to participate in the welding and fabrication program starting in September 2026. Honestly, we just wanted to introduce ourselves, kind of put a face with the name. His application has been submitted January 7th, the day that the application's actually opened. But because we are, attending a cyber charter, we just wanted to introduce ourselves and Ash to, like I said, bring a face to the name as the application process is ensuing. We're a little bit unclear as to how the application process actually happens at this point in time. So I guess we were kind of seeking that information as well, because we don't have any connection. I've reached out to several people, but at this point in time, I still am unaware as to the application process. We're just waiting in the wings to hear at this point. So
Well, welcome. And I think we need a township of residents. Are you in Nakamixon?
Nakamixon.
Nakamixon.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay. Dina puts that all in her notes. Well, welcome. Thank you, Ash. Congratulations on your 9th grade year. We look forward to getting to know you through whatever experience you have here in the district. And I will say that I don't know myself. So if you don't mind, we'll just direct the district to follow up and make sure you get some direction moving forward. We're always here to, for district residents. So please feel free to email. You can email all of us, one of us, and we do our best. We don't always have perfect information as well, but we welcome you and wish you the best. And we'll see if the administration can help you out a little
Wonderful. Thank you for your time.
bit. Thank you. Anybody else tonight? Ooh, okay. Then moving on then to board comments, compliments, and concerns. All right, Director Nielsen, you're sitting down there all by yourself, so we'll start with you.
Okay, I just have one comment, and that is I am so excited about being able to attend the middle school performance of Oklahoma. And the Brittany McGorry, did I say that correctly? Has just been so helpful because my mom was so excited to hear that they were doing Oklahoma, and she's been homebound since Thanksgiving, and we're going to be able to get her out to see the performance. And so she's very excited, but she's been very accommodating with getting us a place where she could sit in her wheelchair and everything. So yeah, so I'm very excited about that and wish them the best.
Awesome. And I'm so glad to hear that. You know, I have 2 90-year-old parents, and they treat our Palisades productions as if they were off Broadway. So it is the talk of the town. We're a small community. So wonderful to hear that your mom can join. Middle school. Yeah.
She's going to be in a wheelchair.
She'll be in a, yeah. So I am hoping to be able to make that, but I already communicated an uncertainty there. So not sure about that yet. I just want to go back and comment. When I had mentioned about the 250th and the celebration, I had something a little different in mind, although I was very delighted to hear about the opportunity at the township, Tinicum Park and things. I actually want to check with Betsy's husband about anything more local to us that I had heard about too. But at any rate, I was thinking something more along the lines of like during school days, highlighting things in announcements like on this day in American history, or giving, you know, a fact about that day, highlighting a historical figure, whether they be from government, military, innovators, business, sports, major events like Monday, and recognizing the MLK Jr. and his I Have a Dream, you know, that we would be judged by the content of our character and not the color of our skin. A dress-up day, or memorizing the Declaration of Independence, or learning some patriotic songs, etc. So I was thinking a little bit more student, you know, directed throughout the rest of this year and next year. So that was just some clarification I wanted to bring to that. That's it. So thank you.
Nothing to add, just to say, try to stay warm this week. It's cold. Yeah, but not the end of it.
Well, I'd like to say that since we're in this room, I actually can hear what our student representatives say, and I love it. You know, they do a really good job. Do they prepare their own reports?
They do, and they get support from the administrative team as to ideas to put in there because they're sharing information about other levels as well.
They do a really good job.
They do. We'll make sure we
just
let them
wanted to
know.
say that. They really appreciate hearing that. So thank you.
I'd just like to thank again Chris Burdnick and Colleen for the team working so hard and diligently on our budget there. I know it's a lot to sort through, and I know we still have a lot more work to do, but it's clear, concise, message delivered, message received. So as we move forward with this process, yeah, we'll just keep on plugging away at it. I also would like to add, I did a tour of the Votech school in December. I went through the classrooms and saw what our students are doing there. And I am absolutely taken aback at the amount of energy that we have at our Votech school. From the teachers to the students to the administrators, it's pouring out of the seams at that location. We have 3 districts going there together, all sharing one goal: to prepare these young women and men to move forward and be a part of society and with a skill to move forward there. And it's just, it is very impressive. It is, we have career paths in this school. I know that Votech is also a career path as well. And if you ever listen to Mike Rowe, he says it best. He goes, if we have a shortage of skilled laborers, and do you know where they are? He goes, they're in the 8th grade. In the 8th grade. So as we work forward to try to fill all these gaps, we need to really start assessing and how we prepare our students for the careers that they want to do, whether it be through a additional 4-year educational program after high school, or to use their vocational skills that they've learned and move on from there. But it was an amazing tour. I can never say enough of the hard work that they do there and all the energy, not only from the staff, but again, from our own children. Yeah, I was blown away. I was absolutely blown away, and I just love it. And yeah, give me some pom-poms. I'll cheer them all day long. It really doesn't matter, but I really enjoyed that. Thank you very much. And hope everyone had a good holiday season, but it's back to work. Thanks.
Thank you. I just want to thank Al's team for, the snow and whatnot brings a lot of added work, pressures, time and whatnot, along with everything else that still needs to get done. So, thank you for that and everything that might be coming, apparently. So, and I also just, Linda, hearing what you said, just a thought pops into my head is, perhaps that's something that we could speak with either the student council reps and or our board reps to see if that's something they would, sort of take up in some, shape or another, because I think it's a very good idea. And maybe if it comes from them and a student, organization, it might be a, a nice thing for them to do if they're interested. So just a thought.
Thank you so much. I had the same instinct, Al. Godspeed. You've moved mountains almost quite literally, and hopefully, but probably we'll have to do it again. So please thank your team and stay safe out there this weekend if what's coming is really coming. And to that end, I think, and I suspect our community relations team will be doing this, but let us not forget, we just put out a survey about some food insecurity around the district and those that may need a little boost and help right now. But that applies especially so when our temperatures are so far low. So to the extent, and I think it's already in there, but any links to our Code Blue shelters in the county, when we have that confluence of losing power and significant cold, it puts especially our elderly community, but those most vulnerable at the beginning and the end of the age spectrum. So I ask our community, as we always do, to step up to the extent our, all that enthusiasm from the tech school and from our high schoolers to go out there and shovel for people that need help, check in on your neighbors. Let's please think of one another at this time, because if that foot of snow is really coming, I think the community is going to need to come together and do that together. I too am extraordinarily excited about both of our musicals coming up. So look forward to that. And do invite, if you do have other seniors who are interested in coming and may need a ticket, let's work together to get those folks out. Hopefully not in snow by that point, but to the extent that we can encourage others or have an opportunity for other folks in our community that may not have access to public events. I'm happy to help coordinate getting them here. I'll drive them myself. That's how much I love these musicals. Okay. I think that's it for me. Thank
Sylvia,
you,
can I-
everybody.
I
Yeah.
just thought of
Yeah,
one
go.
other thing. I just wanted to give a huge shout out to the staff and the administration at Durham Knox the other week when we had the fire down the road on 412.
That's right.
And
Yeah,
there
yeah,
was
yeah.
also a power outage that happened. I mean, the power went out and I was on my way out of the building. So I didn't really know what was going to happen, but they did an incredible job getting those students from Durham Knox to the high school and picked up here. And I believe, Marie, everybody got home safely. And yeah, and it was just an amazing effort by a lot of people. And it just goes to show that safety plans and emergency prepare plans really do work. And I was to understand that high school students stepped in and helped, and administration and staff and district office staff and everybody. So just a huge shout out to them for a job well done and getting our kids home safely.
Thank you, Director Nielsen, for reminding me. That was an exceptional day. It was one thing after another that day. And a shout out to Rich Heffernan, who I think was leading the charge that day.
And Sue and other members of our district office
Yeah,
staff. for sure,
absolutely.
And
It
Durham
was
Knox. So
exceptional.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Yep, exceptional. Okay, well, hopefully that won't happen again. But, all right, I think we are ready for a motion to adjourn.
I would move to adjourn.
Thank you. To have a second.
I second it.
All right, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 7-0. Good night, everyone. Please be safe.